Hey everybody, this is Melina from Scrapbooking and Me Crafty Scrapper here on YouTube and Instagram and over on Facebook at Me Crafty Scrapper Creates. And today is an episode of Scrapbusters. So I hope y'all are playing along each week. I missed a couple of weeks. I've missed a couple of weeks since starting this, but I mean, we're close to like the 80th episode of Scrapbusters. That's crazy. But usually when I miss, it's just holiday stuff or the occasional grief stuff. Y'all know all of that that's been happening with us. But today is something very special for an Scrapbusters. We are going to replicate, try to anyway, this handy dandy little ephemera holder that Miss Katie sent me, full of already fussy cut out ephemera pieces. This is the little handy dandiest little thing, especially on the go. So you could make these, fill them with your little pieces of ephemera, and then if you're, you know, crafting on the go or crafting on a road trip or whatever, you can take this instead of full sheets of stuff that you'd have to fussy cut out. Or it's really great just sitting on your desktop beside where you're going to make whatever you're making. So I love this, and I've had oodles and oodles of people asking, what is that? What's that little holder that you're doing? How can I get one? So we're going to try to make our own today. I have this, and I think it's pretty accurate. If you want to take a screenshot of that, we will, you know, go through and make sure that everything is correct, but I'm pretty sure this is all good. This will all work out. I rough measured what she sent, and you are going to need a piece of cardstock that is 12 inches long by 3.5 wide. So I have this cut off piece that was in my stash, gracious, and I don't know where that come from. My tongue just didn't want to say stash for whatever reason, and so I'm just going to cut this one to 3.5 wide. Now, this is matchbook style, and I have made some things matchbook style before, but this is just crazy good. I love this little ephemera holder that Katie sent me. Next, we are going to score. I'm going to put my scrap bowl away for just a minute so I can have some more room. Next, we're going to score this at 3/4, so whatever you want the bottom of yours to be. So this is going to be the bottom of mine. So I'm going to score it at 3/4 of an inch. So not a full inch, 3/4 of an inch. That's where I'm going to score. And that's going to be the bottom of mine. Okay. And then you're going to score at 6.5. So put that out. Go out to my 6.5, which is there. It's hard to see on these trimmers. And if you've got a scoring tool, scoring platform, whatever, feel free to use that instead. Okay, I'm going to fold mine over like that. My words are going to be upside down. I'm good with that. If you have directional paper and you want it the correct way, then you're going to have to work that out. But I'm good with that because we're going to do a little bit of decorating on top of it anyway. Okay, and then you're going to use your bone folder and make sure everything is cut correctly. And then push those down, burnish them down. So now you already have the base part of your little ephemera holder. Okay, so that's what she was doing. She was just tucking that in. This is the base of your ephemera holder already made. Okay, now for the inside, you're going to need 3 pieces of cardstock, and what you'll need is one of them that is 2 3/4 inches by 3 1/4, and then you'll need one that is 3 3/4 inches by 3 1/4, and then you'll need another that is 4 3/4 inches by 3 1/4. Okay, the 3 1/4 is the width that you will need, and these are the heights. So 3 different heights that we're going to put inside of this. I'm wondering if I did it that way. No, then the seashells would be upside down too, so I'm good. You sit and contemplate what you want to change after you've already done it and after you've already cut it. So let's cut some scrap pieces to go inside of this. Now, Miss Katie, she did hers and it matches perfectly. I don't know that I'm going to get any paper that's going to match this, because I think this was maybe the last piece that I had like that. So let me find some paper to go on the inside. Okay, so I will cut my little flaps for the inside, the little holders. So there is 3 1/4 wide by 2 3/4 tall. So a little bit cut off of that one. Yep, there's that one. And then let's cut 2 more. 3 1/4 wide by 3 3/4 tall. Okay, and then one more, 3 1/4 wide by 4 3/4 tall. Ooh, barely got that one out by the skin of my teeth, didn't I? Okay, so they're going to line up like this, just like Miss Katie's. And we can, just to give it a little more character, and so that y'all can see them better, I am going to ink the edges, just barely, just so that we get that little bit of definition in between them, and they can be seen a little better. I'm going to do both sides, because both sides are going to hold stuff. Craft is my go-to cardstock color. I love craft. And we usually carry it in the shop, but of course craft cardstock is in abundance. Hobby Lobby and Michael's and Joann's and all of them carry that too. Of course, we would love for you to shop with us first, but craft cardstock is easy to come by. Okay, that was my gathered twigs, I think. Was it gathered twigs? Yes, gathered twigs oxide ink. Now what you will do is you got to make a decision what you want your little pockets to be made out of. It looks like that Katie used wax paper, maybe deli paper. I'm going to use vellum. So what I'm going to do is just kind of eyeball how tall Katie's are, her little pockets, her little deli paper pockets are, and just mark it with if I can find a pencil, that would be great. Yes, that way we don't have too much of a permanent thing going on here. Okay, so vellum pocket, and let's see, it goes down just to about right there. So I'm going to do vellum pocket, and I'm just going to cut it straight across, and we're going to wrap it around and we'll cut off the excess. That's going to make it super duper easy. Okay, and then another vellum pocket, and then the back side will be taken care of when we wrap it around that piece. So then this one, vellum pocket, and then this one on the second page or flap or whatever, a little bit taller. I'll get you some rough measurements in a minute as far as how big these pockets are, or will be. Okay, and then I'm just lining up my pencil mark and going to the last one and figuring out where she did that one, and then pencil mark at the top of this one, figuring out where she went all the way down for that one. Then there is another one on this back piece here. So I'll go to the top of that one with my pencil mark. And you could do the same thing, this same thing with wax paper or deli paper, whatever you've got. Okay, now that back one will just be straight across because she didn't go around this with that last one. Alright, so these are approximately 1 inch. Yep, 1 inch, 1 inch. This, okay, so 3 1 inches. I'll put it on the back here. 3 1 inch vellum. I'm just putting vellum, you use whatever you want to. Okay, and then you got a 1 1/2, another 1 1/2, another 1 1/2, and another 1 1/2. So then 3 1 1/2 inch vellum. And these are the pockets. So 3 1 inch and 3 1 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'm just going to get my trimmer. And use my pencil marks as my guide as to where I need to cut my vellum. So 3 1 inches. And then 3 1 1/2 inches. And then we'll cut off that last one because it won't have to wrap around. Oh, we got one more, Melina. That's the last one you were just talking about. There we go. Okay. Here's this last one. And she went all the way across. So that's 3 1/2 because we know that our main base piece is 3 1/2 inches wide. I'm having to constantly clear my throat. Okay, I'm going to put my trimmer down for just a minute. And so this pocket will eventually go back here. And you can probably do it as far down as you would like. It looks like, look at there, we're almost the same spot, she and I. And that worked for her, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and put mine down there. It looks like she used just liquid glue. I'm going to use my Fabri-Fix just because it's a clear glue. But you use, of course, whatever glue you want, and I'm going to put it on the back of my vellum and not the base itself. And go ahead and get that one put on so it can be drying. Just a little bitty line of glue on your 3 sides. And then I'm going to line this up one more time with hers just to make sure I get it about the same spot. Look at there. Yay. Okay, excess glue needs to be wiped off, and then try not to move your pocket around, because if you do, you might close up some of it. Okay, so set that aside to dry, and then the rest of these are going to go on our actual pieces that we cut for the inside. And they're just wrapped around, and it looks like what she's done, instead of stopping in the middle and having a seam that you're having to deal with, she just wrapped it all the way around and then stopped it on the edge here and cut it off before she taped it into or glued it into her base. So what we could do is we want a little piece of that, because that's going to be glued to the bottom here, so you want to go up just a touch, about right there. Melina, good job. And I'm going to bend it around and then come around like that. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that my back, and I'm going to just put a little dot of glue here on this one edge, and then glue on the bottom of these vellum pieces. And make sure it's bottom that you're gluing down. You just need a tiny little line, and then you're gluing it on the edge over here. My line kind of glooped up, so okay. And before we glue that down, I'm going to get, you need like a precision tip to do this, and I just didn't get mine out. And then just lay that down as straight as possible. Okay, then I'm going to get my scissors, trim that edge off, and then just put a tiny little bit of glue there. So there's the first little pocket that we've got going on. Then we need to put another one above it, one of the same 1-inchers above it, and you put it wherever you would like to put it. It can be at the very tip top if you want to, but just remember that when you're putting stuff in it, you might not want it to stick up over the tops. So I'm just going to go about here, wrap it around, okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's nice when you have a clean edge. Okay, and then see if I can't get all of these little edges glued at once and then put it on. So all the way down through there and then back up there too. No need to put any glue, in my opinion, in that crease there. Okay, and then you're just going to kind of sandwich it on and go straight across, making sure that you get a good hold on that adhesive at the bottom on both sides. And then of course make sure that you're straight too. That helps. Okay, so first one done. Yay! Next one, we're still working with 1 inch at the top of this one. So our next tier gets a 1 inch at the top, and then we start working with the 1.5 inchers. Okay, so I'm going to put this one here, wrap around, get a cutoff right there. My glue on the 3 sides, making sure to go all the way across on the bottom. And like I said, if you have a precision fine tip for your clear glue, that would be ideal. And of course I know that some of the liquid glues that are white, when they go on, they dry clear. I just decided to use my Fabrifix on mine. Straight across, and then seal that edge there. Making sure everybody came to the party and you got, they're all leaving with glue. Okay, and then next one will go on, and it's a 1.5 incher. You're going to wrap around same way, fold around that way, and then I'm going to cut off at my fold as close to the cardstock as possible to get that clean edge. And I got some bubble up glue going on here, so try to use that to my advantage and just string it along. There we go. And there, that needs a little extra right through there, it seems. Okay, I'm laying my glue bottle sideways because I'm almost out and I need it to work for the rest of this project. Let's lay it on our messy rag, get our excess glue off. I am sure that there is a less messy way of doing this, but when you're working with liquid glue, it's kind of hard not to get a little bit messy. Okay, I'm going to wipe off that excess. Make sure that the whole line at the bottom is down as far as a pocket goes. And then get our other 1.5 inchers and put on this last one. Okay, and I'm going to cut off my excess. And glue the bottom and the sides. That one, ooh, that's a big glob, Melina. Big glob. You want to get it as far to the bottom of the vellum as possible, because the less glue that's up in here, the more stuff you can get in your pocket. Okay. All the way across. Oh yeah, that one's all the way across. Easy. And then up the sides. And last little vellum pocket. And y'all, we carry this vellum in the shop. So if you're looking for vellum, we got you covered. Okay, and wrap around. And wrap around. Miss Katie, you went to a lot of trouble for this little ephemera holder for me. It sure is cute though. I love that I was able to kind of figure out your steps. And I hope that I'm doing your design justice, ma'am. Because like I said, it sure is cute. And I've had loads of people asking in comments, emailing me, asking how we made it. I let them know it was you, and where they can get one, and if you have an Etsy shop or any type of shop. And I told them, I said, you design for scrapbooking with me and you send us lots and lots of goodies, but you do not have a shop and don't have a desire to have a shop. But dear sweet lady, I know a bunch of people that would like for you to have a shop. As far as your designs go, they're just gorgeous. Love, love, love. Okay. Now, if you have a certain type of glue that you like to use that doesn't show through vellum, go for it. I've never found an adhesive that actually does that you can't see once you use it on vellum. So, you know, I just use what I got. So now, to put these in, I do believe she used more liquid glue. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that my pockets are all the same way as far as pocket wise. So, because you don't want it to be upside down like this. You want them all going the same way. I've got one little spot right there that's not adhering down. So let me press down on that and give it some pressure for just a second or two before I sandwich these together. Okay. Now, I'm just going to glue these at the bottom all the way across, and then we're going to glue it into our base. Okay, stack them up straight. I'm going to get my messy rag back after I knock off a few things off my desk, and get my bone folder and just kind of smoosh that down so that all my glue is good. So now all three are together. Good, good, good. Then I'm going to put liquid glue on that little 3/4 flap at the bottom that we made. Okay, and then liquid glue on this back, the tallest one on the back at the bottom. Okay, and I'll move my messy rag so maybe y'all can see it a little better. So here is the top, bottom little flap. We're going to put this at the crease at the bottom, at that fold that we made, and center up everything, and then fold that over. And just hold it down for a few seconds. Lovely. Look at that, y'all. Look at it. Would you just look at it? I love this. This is such a great design. You did so good, Miss Katie. Now, you want to make sure that your glue doesn't go all the way up on your flap at the bottom, because you need that little tuck spot there. So I messed that up. I shouldn't have put my glue all the way up on that flap. So let's get our excess glue off. And just put that glue on the very bottom of your flap. I'm going to get my adhesive eraser in just a second and get that off. If I can find it. Adhesive eraser, where have you gone? That's the good thing about Fabrifix. It just kind of roly-polies off, and then you can fix it how you need to. That makes it that matchbook style, because you gotta have it to tuck in. So I'm just going to barely go right where the fold is. Just a tiny little line of it right where the fold is. Make sure I don't have any more gunky mess. Then fold that over and go straight across, making sure it doesn't go all the way up. And so you've got that flap open now, that you can get that in there. Yay! Love it. You did so good on yours, Katie. Yours is not flipping up at all like mine is. Once it dries, it'll be fine. Okay, and now you can put all kinds of little doodads and fussy cut pieces and all kinds of stuff in here. I'll show you that we've got a pocket here, a pocket here. On the back side of this one, we have a pocket, and then we have a pocket. There's another one. That's a good deep one. Another pocket. And then on the back side of this one, we've got a pocket here. Another deep pocket here. Two deep pockets on this back one. And then pocket, pocket, pocket. Look at that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pockets on this. And I need to hold mine together a little bit longer because the glue's coming apart. I'll let it lay there and come together. We can decorate the front while we're waiting on everything to dry. I love this design, Katie. You did so good with this. Alright, so how do we want to decorate the outside? Of course, I want to cover up a lot of the wording since it's upside down. I'm getting this excess glue off of there. Now, Katie did some book page back behind, some more of that looks like deli paper, and then she did a little fussy cut butterfly on top of that, a little doily, and then one of her little tickets that she had sent me. So I think what I will do is kind of copycat her, and let's do some book page. I'm going to trim mine. Hopefully, maybe I can do this with We Are Memory Keepers, the Tarot Guides. and see if that looks alright. I need to get it the right width, so let's go with the P right there. Okay, I'll ink this book page here. It would help if I open up my ink, huh? Do a little bit of dirtying up. I like that. And I'll use my Barely Arts. This is Barely Arts glue in a Sugar Bell bottle with a Sugar Bell cap and a stainless steel Nuger needle. So we carry the bottles, we carry the Nuger packs, we carry the caps for our Sugar Bell bottles, and we carry the Barely Arts and the Art Glitter Glue. It's a toss-up for me on both of them. I love them equally, the Barely Arts and the Art Glitter Glue. Love them equally. Oh, and if you didn't see this, I have one of those really thin basic gray magnets that we carry in the shop. I have one of those adhered to my bottle, and it keeps my stainless steel needle where it needs to be. Ain't that nifty? We used to say, ain't that dinky? I know some of y'all have heard that expression. Ain't that dinky? Okay, so there is some book page to decorate a little bit. Need to move it around some. Okay, and maybe Miss Katie had sent me some of this stuff too. I'm gonna look at this. She sent envelopes full of doilies. She sent another little folio here that's got some die cuts in it, and this looks like some coffee stained or tea stained paper, parchment paper or thin vellum that she stained. It looks so pretty. And I think I shall use a little butterfly from out of that pack. Now I've made a folio like this before, little triangle, and there's, you know, a spot to put stuff, and then a regular pocket, spot to put stuff, and then a tuck pocket and stuff, place to put stuff. That is a cute little folio, Katie. You do good work, girl. And you need to have you need to have your own job. You get told that all the time, don't you? Okay, I've got one of these Doodlebug, the Bonbon color doilies from Doodlebug here. And I think I shall place mine like this with a little something something coming off of it there. And I don't know, maybe we might put a little piece of lace or some, ooh, what about some eyelash trim? Isn't that what it's called? I like that. If we can get it to stick, yeah, I really like that. That's my only thing about this kind of trim, is sometimes it don't like to stick. And then it gets the little feathery things all over the place, but that's okay. Whew, I need to clean off my mat. I'm going to go ahead and glue this doily down. Just make me a circle. And then I come back and do little dots everywhere, so it'll stick down properly. Then we'll cut off the excess over here after we glue it all down. And then this is such thin trim, I'll just put it down with a little bit of Barely Arts. I don't need fabric glue. I don't think, anyway. I don't think I need. But we'll see, huh? This eyelash trim might just tell me, ha ha ha, you thought you didn't need it. But I ain't gonna stay. Okay, there's that. We'll cut off the excess once this dries a little bit. And I'll put that butterfly there. And maybe I'll take one of her word labels from in here and put down here under that. Let's go with what do we want to do? Ooh, look at that one. Possibilities. I like that. Okay, let's glue down the butterfly. Like so. Get us a little bit more glue back behind the doily there. That doily's not wanting to stay down, is it? Glue on the back side of our word phrase. And get that trim out from behind it. So that way it can lay on top of it. Cute. Let's go up just a touch with that. Okay. And I'm going to use my sticky scissors to trim off that excess doily and trim, it looks like. I didn't cut that the length that needed to be, huh? Cute. Then you don't notice so much the words upside down. Alright, so there it is, guys. This is super easy, but I mean, you know, it took some time, it took some steps, and you had to measure to make sure that you had it correct, but other than that, we're good. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off just the least little bit of this top so that it will go down in there with a little more ease. So like 1/8 of an inch. And let's see if that goes down in there easier, because you got to have glue down here. But you don't need so much of this for under there. And I still can trim off just another little. So go ahead and trim off a 1/4 of an inch off the top. So don't put any decoration right at the top here. And then that way this just goes right down in there. Oh, look at there, so much easier. And now you have a cute little travel ephemera folder if you want to travel with it. Super duper easy to do so. I love this. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Katie, for the ideas. And of course, once you start putting stuff inside here, you're going to get a little bit more bulk. So that's probably why she didn't trim hers off at all. But I just wanted to show y'all that it does fall down into that little matchbook style part of it very easily if you trim off just the least little bit off of it. And then we can start adding stuff into our little pockets if we want to. Super duper cute. Thanks so much for watching. I hope y'all have enjoyed this video and enjoyed Katie's design. Thank you, Katie, again. I know I've told you like 40 times in this video. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. God bless. See you later. Bye, y'all.